That is better. Do we need it louder? Let me try a little louder and we'll see how it goes. So excited to be here. Daylight savings brought me back a couple extra hours here for recording. I can't believe there's 70 of you here. If you are watching this on the replay, know that we are going to be painting. Know that you can get into comments and you can ask questions and all the good stuff. So just bear with all of the live gobbledygook that has to happen. Friends, can we first just have a moment for the nails? My nail gal, she custom coordinated the colors of my nails to my brushes because that's how committed I am. That's how good I am. Better in North Carolina. Hello, Joan. Hello, Karen. Hello, Bonita. Hello, Beast Piano. Worship music. Woo! Amen. Hello, Laurel. So glad you're here. Let me roll my chair on over and you're going to hear a whole bunch of noise because of that. All right, let's get into it. I also, girlfriend needs a drink. Keep your questions coming or get your questions coming because I'm here to answer them. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to get paper ready to go. And while I'm doing that, Lee Tao says, I can't access your brushes or paint here in New Zealand. So friends, I will tell you what. So I am working on what I need to do. I figured it out. I need to actually send inventory to international warehouses. It's a little bit of a pain in the you know what, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to actually do it this time. I've got it's 3 products, soon to be 4 with Amazon right now. And it's just time. So we are actively working on that. Hello, Linda in Idaho. Hello from Oregon. These look so nice. So excited. Let's talk about the brushes. And then while I'm talking about the brushes, get into comments. Let me know questions or what you'd like me to paint today. First and foremost, this is the pouch they come in. I actually use my pouches for carrying. This is what I traveled recently. I was in Philly over the weekend. Got my little lead holder here. I got a little clip. I got my little leafy thing to take the paper off of the blocks, my palette, and my brushes went in there, and I was off, zippity-doo-dah, off to the races. But this is your pouch, rose gold zipper. Fear has no place here, and let's talk about how these are different, okay? So you're getting the 3/4 inch dagger, and then you're getting the number 12 round. 3/4 inch dagger is what I'm calling the It's Just Paper. And then the number 12 round is the Creative Rebel brush. Then you're getting the Dive Right In number 6 Filbert, my friends. These were just cleaned, so you're seeing that. And then the Find Your Weird number 6 Cat's Tongue. Love her. She's different than the Cat's Tongue by size and by shape a little bit than the one in the Art for Joy's Sake brush collection. You're getting the You Do You 1/8 inch dagger. Love it. And last but certainly not least, the 000 Magic, Making Magic detail brush. The original set, just to give you a quick look, which is going to be back in stock within 2 weeks. We have a tracking number. They are on a plane on their way to us. So it's good looking out. Good looking out for restock on those brushes. This set, you've got flat wash brush, you've got 1/2 inch dagger, you've got 1/4 inch dagger, you've got, see this different Cat's Tongue, number 1 Cat's Tongue, doesn't come to as much of a point by design, number 2 round, and the beloved liner brush. So that is the difference. Here's the thing. Do you need all these brushes? No. And let this be a little moment dedicated to that topic. Do you need all these brushes? No. But I am a big believer in a bunch of things. But first and foremost today, I'm a believer in painting in a way and surrounding yourself with supplies that allow you to paint in a way that feels less time consuming, less stressful, less fear filled. And sorry, I cut my finger the other day, so apologies for the gore. So these brushes make, so let's just say you just had, this is kind of a classic beloved standard of watercolor painting, a large round that comes to a gorgeous point. I'll just add that mine comes to a little bit more of a gorgeous point. It's an extended point. I'm actually creating another round brush that comes to even more of a point. So anyway, that's for another day. But you can make the strokes with this brush that you can make with all these brushes, right? But you can make a lot of the strokes quicker and easier and more joyful with an arsenal of brushes. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. Let's get into it. I do have some good news. This is for our live viewers, our replay viewers. Head into comments. Let us know you're with us. Team replay, just comment team replay or a thumbs up. But for our live viewers, the palette is back in stock, prime available on Amazon as of today. Yes, Jennifer, that cat's tongue point is the bomb.com, right? The points, it was all about the points for me. But do I want all the brushes? Yes, says Brittany Michelle. Yeah. Hi, Mary. So good to see you here. I am thinking, Ellie, it's a great idea. I'm thinking about doing a dagger set. Absolutely. Yes, yellow jasmine vine. Ooh. All right. An animal. Oh, an iris. Y'all know how I love to paint irises. All right. Only your book is available here. Okay, I'm just going through comments, friends, but got my palette sprayed down. This has been the brush that so many are so most excited about painting with. The 3/4 inch dagger. And I get that. Oh, do I get that? Okay. I can't really remember what jasmine looks like, but I'm going to do some kind of yellow something. All right. Yeah, let's do it. A little peach, a little bit of that fluorescent yellow, a little more of that fluorescent yellow. And let's just do, why can't I not? I'm just going to make it up, y'all. So press, quick drag, and quick lift. Press, quick drag, and quick lift. Changing the angle. Look what I'm doing here. Changing the angle. Edit with the tip of the brush as you go, as you feel necessary. A little brown, a little green. Just dabbed into the middle. Rinsing the brush now. Let's mix up. Wow, I'm losing my voice. Friends, I've been going live. I was live on Instagram. And this is a press, light pressure, and a wiggle and lift. All right, because we're going to do kind of a vine. Someone said yellow jasmine. I do not have another phone or monitor here to look up what actual yellow jasmine looks like. So bear with me. I love this brush because you can get the broad strokes and then you can do stuff like this. Hello. Look at that. I mean, seriously, for the love, that is fan-flipping-tastic. Would you say? Yeah. All right. Let me get back to comments while I'm doing that. Head into Team Replay. Get into comments. Let me know what your questions are. I don't care if it's about this brush set. I stumble over my words when I get excited, or if it's about something else. I just want to hear from you. I'm mixing up a little bit more of a yellow. I had some pink on my palette here. I am using the Art for Joy's Sake palette. And then we're going to do, I'm going down kind of with the side of the brush with the flat edge facing down. This is another great hold, about a 30% angle, 30-degree angle percent. Good Lord. And an upstroke this time for kind of a little down hanging bud. And then a downstroke to do the same thing. And I'm using that flat edge with the point, with the flat edge of this dagger facing down and letting the point guide me. Look at that. Isn't that fun? This brush holds a lot of paint, a lot of water. It will be your best friend. I really believe that with all my heart and soul. And a little bit of that brown green combo for the center. And I'm just blending a little bit into the yellow. I'm just pushing that in a little bit, not going crazy. That was a little too crazy. Let's get back some of that contrast. And a rinse. Jennifer says she's painting a 16 by 20 canvas. Mom and baby I don't know how to pronounce it, Copabera with bamboo in the background. I've done it all with the new brush set. Oh my gosh. All right, so friends, for those of you who got in on the brush set early because you were dedicated and you searched for like hours and tried every which way to Sunday to find the brush set before it was actually launched, which bravo to you. I'm going to the cat's tongue now. If you have this brush set, could I ask you a favor? If only if, number one, you've used it. Number two, you feel so inclined, no forceful talk here. Like if you don't feel like you want to review the brush, then don't. If you don't feel it merits a review at this time, then don't. If you need to use it more, then use it more and maybe do it later. But if you're feeling the love, you feel like you know enough that you can give an honest review, a useful review of this brush set, then please, would you? Would you go ahead and give the set a review? It really helps out all the things, selling things on Amazon, as you can imagine. And so, yeah, we did get the coveted #1 new release moment today on Amazon, which is awesome as of filming this live today. So that's fantastic. But back to painting. I'm just mixing up all my greens here. I'm just having fun with all my greens. Susie, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you found us. This is a surprise live. Super excited. I can't find a link to buy the brushes. The link will, if you head to Instagram, you can find the link there. Head to my TikTok, find the link there. Here's the easiest way right now, if you want to buy them right now, because I am going to add the link to the description after this live. When I tell you this live was a surprise and unplanned, it was definitely that, because I didn't even put anything in the description. I just went to town. Go on Amazon, search watercolor brushes. Watercolor brushes. We are about 5 or 8 products down on the first page. Watercolor brushes. And yeah, that's going to be your quickest way if you're feeling like you just need to buy them right in this moment. I will say this, a little update, friends. As I continue, I'm going to paint. I'm going to go off the page here. I'm going to try. Oh, that's like a dingy yellow. Oh, but it's okay. It's like maybe in the shadows. Okay. I'm using the cat's tongue, and I'm doing a press with the point down, drag and wiggle, starting to lift, lifting all the way, right? I'm going to do a couple of those, but I want them each to be different. So vary your pressure, right? And then on this one, I'm going to do a big center here. What was I saying? I forget, got lost in the paint. But I have no idea. I have no idea what I was saying as I started to paint that flower. I'm so excited. Launch days, launch weeks. Heck with the launch day. Launch weeks are so exciting. Can we just have a moment of silence or not silence, a moment of excitement for the thin lines that we can create with this cat's tongue? Oh my gosh. #1 new release. That's right, Linda. The brushes are made of nylon. This is a nylon brush. It is 100% synthetic by design. And here's why. If you are used to natural bristle brushes, you may not like these. I have plenty of folks who are used to natural bristles that do. But the reason I went nylon is for a variety of reasons. I wanted it to be vegan friendly. I wanted them to, but most importantly, honestly, from my personal perspective, because I'm not a vegan, but I wanted to be respectful. Not that natural bristle brushes are disrespectful, but I hope you know what I mean. I have always favored synthetics, specifically nylon. Always. Because I like the spring. I like that when I press down, I do not have to reshape anything. Nothing is out of whack, right? It lessens the learning curve for beginners because of that. As a beginner, when you put pressure on a brush and you're like, you lift it up and you're like, why is my brush got like a left hook? It's just, why? Like, it's just too much of a learning curve, in my humble opinion. I just don't understand it. And I've just grown to really love and appreciate that bounce back, that spring. Do nylon brushes hold as much water and paint as a natural bristle brush? No. So that may be a learning curve that you don't like. Yes, really good snap. Yes, Barbara, they are on Amazon. I don't have the link in description right yet. So if you want to go ahead and take a look, search watercolor brushes on Amazon as we speak, and you're going to find them about 5 or 8 products down on the first page, depending, give or take, depending if you're searching on mobile or on a desktop. Press and look at the press and lift action. I'm going to double load with some fluorescent. Look at this, y'all. Look at this press and lift action with that number 6 cat's tongue with the elongated tip. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Yep. Friends, don't worry. Let's paint. Let's enjoy the painting. I am going to, as soon as this live is over, I'm going to go ahead and pop the link so you can take a look and get to it directly on Amazon. But for right now, obviously, I'm in like my artistic brain and I just can't deal. All right. So let's just do some more press, drag, and lift. A little more orange in this one. And just simple, not as many elongated petals with this one. Let's do like a one that's kind of curving up and down and to the side a little bit. I like that. We can get a few thin, like lyrical strokes in here. Look at this perpendicular hold, which means I'm holding the brush perpendicular to the page, like a T, right? I'm holding it way up high. You see how I'm holding this? Way up high. And I'm just letting the light touch of my hand, it's a very light touch, guide the thin, wiggly, tentative mark that I'm getting. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Everything here is still pretty damp because I'm working on arches. Let's do some here. What can we make happen? I'm just dragging with a very light touch. Sometimes the tip of the brush is hitting the page. Sometimes it's not. And that is creating some gorgeous, gorgeous lyrical happy accidents. Is the older set still available? Not right now. It is on its way, should be in stock fully within the next 2 weeks. I imagine that we might have some in stock by Friday, Saturday, somewhere in there, just depending. Because once they arrive here, we do quality checks and all that kind of jazz. So, all right. Let's talk about the 000. This is your super duper uber detail brush. Compared to that liner brush, you can see it's about double the length, or it's about half the length of that liner brush from the original set. Thank you, Karen McKay. Appreciate that. Oh, Nicole will be back. She has to check her bread. It's rising. Don't mess with that bread. So you're going to get, number one, a ton more control. You're going to get those thin marks, those thin lyrical marks like you do with the liner brush, but you're going to get a lot more control. So this is the brush you want to grab when you want the lyrical thin lines, but you want more control. You don't want to be at the mercy of that long bristle just kind of like directing your traffic, right? You don't want that brush. If you don't want that brush kind of directing your creative traffic, this little guy is the one for you. You're also going to get thinner lines easier with this brush because of that control. Thinner, albeit slightly shorter lines, easier than with that longer liner brush. So take a look here. I am bracing with my pinky on the paper, light drag along that leaf, and then drag and swoop out to kind of create the detail of the veins of the leaf, letting my color just run out. And yeah, like, look at that. Patty says she just ordered, can't wait. Last week I got your paint, dagger brushes, and porcelain brush holder from your website. Oh, wonderful. Any update on the 1920s palette? Any word on the mystery? All right, Patty, I'm so glad you asked. Yes, so for those watching replay or live, let's just talk about it as I continue painting here. I'm going to be bringing in the 1/8 inch dagger here soon. I got to take a drink before I start hacking up a lung. Okay. On my channel, if anybody wants to pop a link to the video in comments, if you're, I don't know, can you guys do links? I don't know if you can. Maybe you can't. You might not be able to. Anyway, head to my channel if you're curious. Look at my videos. I did a video, and the title of it, the thumbnail said, oldest watercolor palette on YouTube, ? Okay, so I just explored this palette during the video. I could not find hardly anything about this palette on the internet, right? I couldn't. Now see what I'm doing here? I'm going to do little fillers, and I'm creating kind of this cup shape by putting together thin lines, kind of in the shape of a cup. Do you see that right there? And then I'm going to take this 1/8 inch dagger and a little bit of peach right from the palette, damp brush, peach from the palette. We're going to just stroke down a couple times. Need a little more paint. Blend in too much. And look at that. And then we're going to add stem. And that's just a fun little filler. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I think that's fun. We're going to do a little bit of a darkness at the base to give it a little bit of structure. Isn't that a fun filler? I've never done that before. I just made that up right here. Okay, so let me show you the palette quick. You're going to hear my chair creaking. This was the palette, the mystery palette. I did get a comment. I pinned the comment, okay? She said, now I'm still looking into this, not that I don't believe this lovely member of our community here, but I'm just so flabbergasted by the idea of this possibility being a possibility. She said that her grandmother was, I think it was her grandmother, was given the same exact set as a birthday or Christmas present in 1914, that it was indeed made in Germany, but that it was made by a small shop, so a proprietary blend that was hand molded in that shop, y'all. Hand mold, not mass produced. She is saying that this set, oh mine, this little lovely bad boy, handmade, hand mold. Yep. In a little shop in Germany. And that it is extremely rare. That's what she's saying. Oh, look at that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yeah. So that's the update on that. If you've seen that video, head to comments and be like, OMG, or let us know if you're just as floored by that news as I am. All right, let's go ahead and put some of these fillers over here because I dig them. I want to do them upside down. So I'm bracing my hand against the paper again with that pinky. You see how I'm doing that? And then with this 000, I'm doing downward strokes in a cup formation. All right, I'm going to do a smaller one here. A few strokes on one side that curve like a backward C, and then a few strokes on the other side. I'm sorry, that's the backward C. Wow. And then we're going to top it with a little bit of dark blue, just a few scribbles right at the top. And then I'm going to rinse that brush, and I am going to grab the filbert, pick up some peach. I'm going to do it with the filbert this time. Get a little bit more coverage quickly. And then a few dabs at the base of that. And then I'm going to grab some more green and do just some dry brush over top. And that allows some of that blue to blend down. And then we'll get some stems in there. And that is just a fun little filler. That's just more than just like a leaf or a vine, or I'm feeling that. Like literally just came up with that. Do we like that? Do we feel that? Is that fun? All right. So I wonder if they would pop up in antique shops in Germany. I wonder. Rob, this is your first time catching me live. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad you found us, and you are a part of the community. Patty, I don't know. I'm going to ask her if she still has her grandmother's palette. Maybe, I don't know. Her grandmother wouldn't still have her palette. Her grandmother, no. Okay, do the math, Christy Rice. Good Lord. How about any word on the travel brush? Okay, friends, the travel brush. Who has travel brushes here? Can anybody give me some insight on the travel brushes? Because they came in, this is them. I'm not 100% confident, and I will tell you why. After about 20 minutes of painting with the brush, this part where it can, oh, see, it pretty strong, right? There's a little nub in here and there's a little nub in here, and you know, you latch it in and it like clicks in. But after 20 minutes or so, you feel it starting to loosen and you kind of got to do one of these. Is that normal for a travel brush? I believe it is from my memory of using travel brushes, but I've gone back to the manufacturer and we may be redoing part of the brush. I've ordered Princeton's the Neptune set. From what I can tell, theirs is doing the same. So maybe that's like normal, but I would love your feedback because I am not going to release something unless I'm 100% confident in it. And I'm not at that point yet. I'll be honest with you. So, yeah, I don't play. I don't play around. So I'm not going to just like release something and hope that you like it and hope that I like, you know, get something over you or, you know, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be like, oh, I hope that it's not annoying. It needs more testing. It needs more. It's not something that I was expecting and so anywho, but let me know, is that normal for a travel brush? I know there's some travel brushes out there that have a screw connection. Hello. Let's see. If anybody, nope, I just bring my normal brushes in a holder. Yeah, I had to place my holder. Let's see, so pretty, I adore the filbert. Let's see if anybody, my travel brushes will loosen. However, I will use those rubber knuckle saver things on them. I have a set that I believe screw in. Okay, so they do loosen. That makes me feel better about life. Okay, my travel brushes are for quick sketches, not long painting. Jennifer, I've not reviewed Gravy. However, I am going to be reviewing their 100% watercolor paper upcoming, but I haven't done their paints yet. Let me see what everybody else is saying about travel brushes. So it sounds like travel brushes do loosen. All right, y'all are making me feel better because I do love my I do love the brush. I love, it's a number 6 round with the elongated point, slightly elongated point. I do love it. I'm just a little nervous. So, but yeah, that helps. I appreciate the feedback so much. Because I'll be honest, the screw-in ones are much more expensive to make. And then of course they'll be more expensive to buy. But I almost feel like they might be a little overkill, to be honest. So, you know. All right, look at the filler, friends. 1/8" dagger. We are going in, press and swoop to upwards, swoop upwards, swoop upwards. Add a little blue to your green and then swoop upwards, but not as far. Upwards over top, upwards in between, and then swoop upwards, but not as far. And then upwards, and then almost a dot. And look what you have. You have a little side view something. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Don't be intimidated, Mama Nana K. New here and to watercolor. You make it look easy, but I'm intimidated. Listen, get yourself some Academy watercolor paper. Academy, ACADEMY. If you search Christy Rice Amazon page, I have it linked there. If you have the budget and you want to get my watercolor palette, I think you're going to have a ton of fun with it. It's designed for beginners. And I would grab, if you have the budget, when my new set comes back, when my original set comes back in stock, grab that one, or just get a single 1/4" dagger from christyrice.com and start there. Those are my suggestions. All right, just going into these fillers and adding just a little bit of a glaze of the blue coming up from that darker dot area, right? Oh, just so fun. Let's go ahead and get a little center on these and then get them connected to something, right? A little bit more action on that center. But let's go ahead. Let's see what kind of thin line we can get with the point of this 1/8" dagger. Let me get a view of that. I have the Escoda versatile travel brushes and not come loose, but I only use them for short periods of time. Yeah, like I've been using my travel brush. Like sometimes I'll sit down and paint with it for like an hour. But even like I said, after like 20 minutes or so, I start to feel a little something like, oh, I think it might be starting to loosen up a bit. Like, it's not like it's falling off at 20 minutes in, but I can feel something starting to quiver, so to speak, right? So I appreciate that feedback. About to order my first watercolor set, says Katie. I watched a bunch of your comparison videos. I'm still at a loss for what to order. What's your go-to pan set for beginners? Oh, Katie. So this question is tough. So if you're on super budget, I would recommend the Komarebi set by Mozart's. Komarebi, it's C-O-M. Oh, hi, I have it here. This is it. If you're on a super budget, this is about 20 bucks. It's more of a Japanese style watercolor, but still you're going to have all the fun and it gives you a lot of variety, right? But it doesn't glaze as well because it is a Japanese style watercolor, but still fun. If you have a little bit more to spend and you want something that acts like more traditional watercolor, I would recommend my own set, the Making Art for Joy's Sake palette. It's a beginner palette in terms of it's going to introduce you to all of the personalities of watercolor, from super sheer, super active on the page, explosive, lots of blooming, all the way to more opaque gouache-like colors. So that's what I'd recommend. No, the travel brushes, the handle turns into a cap. Yes, I know. Can we watch? Yes, you'll be able to watch the live session back. Nicole says, I got Christie's paints today. I have tried a lot of paints, Dollar General to Pro, Winsor & Newton Core, and Daniel Smith. These are delicious. Nicole, you are so sweet. We've been messaging today. I appreciate that. Yes, Mei Ling is super, super nice. Mei Ling, just look those up on Amazon. They're also around 20 bucks. You're just not going to get, they're all sheer. They're all, but they're excellent, amazing quality, but just not a ton of variety in terms of personality. But just about 50 bucks. Then yeah, I would probably go with mine, or the Mei Ling and maybe another. If you wanted to double up and try two, that would be fun. I paint with my Escoda travel brushes quite a bit, and they have a similar construction. I think the handle is snug to begin with. I think it's probably fine. Yeah, my handle is snug to begin with too. I think I might just maybe be overthinking it a little. So, yeah. All right. All right. So let's see here. I am losing my light, but it's still okay. It's still okay. It's still okay. Yeah. 50 bucks is a great starting point. Absolutely. Absolutely, friends. That is a wonderful budget starting out, honestly. So, let's see here. I want to get a little lightness. This needs to be lighter. This yellow. There we go. A little bit lighter. Little bit lighter, little bit lighter. This is fun. I'm enjoying this little piece. I feel like we need a little bit of yellow in here. Like maybe there's a little bud peeking out from behind, you know, kind of in the mess of these greens. Just a little. How does that feel? Yeah, I like that. Art by Patrick says, I would buy a set of your travel brushes and give them a good test for you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Blanca. That means a lot. Paul Rubens, yes, from my comparison video was super fun. That was a fun one. Friends, if you're here, team replay, let me know if you like this composition. Are there any brushes that you're seeing that you're like, oh my gosh, I have to try that brush. I haven't used that before. Let me know in comments. And if you have questions about a particular brush as you're watching this painting unfold, I would also love to hear from you on that. Okay, I want to add some more intense, like dingy brownish greenish moments, and I'm going to do that down here. Press, a big sweeping press, drag and lift, even more sweeping, almost dry brush, press, drag and lift, adding a little water to the brush, adding more color, press, drag and lift. And I'm adding this as like a little bit of a visual rest from all of this detail, right? A little bit of a visual rest. And let's thin out that color and get some of it up here. Not as intense, not as contrasty. Get some of that going. And later on, we could go over top of these with a bright, something like an opaque peach, something fun like that, just to add a little bit of lightness. Same color on my brush, just watered down. I'm adding a few. Look at these thin little filler leafy moments you can get. This is the number 12 round. I love her. I love her. I love her. I know she's kind of basic, the 12 round. She's your basic classic, basic in a good way, not a bad way, but she basic and classic for a reason. So fun. So fun. Are we having fun? Are we having fun yet? Are we having fun yet? Give me a heck yes in comments. Telling you what, I'm going live on Thursday here, friends. The official brush celebration is Thursday on the channel. Hope you can join us 12 noon Eastern time US. And we're just going to be having a paintbrush party. And I think it's going to be good fun. Hope you can make it. You'll be able to watch it on the replay for sure. We are going to do giveaways, and those are only going to be for our live viewers. But we hope you're here any which way you can be. Super fun. Let's get that 000 out. I want to add some real fine brown moments up here in the center. Look what we can do. Look at the control. Thin little lines. You can sketch with this brush. Let me show you after I finish the scratchy detail around the center of that flower. Let me show you how you can sketch with this brush. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just do some really fun filler, sketchy moments, leafy moments. Look at that. You can sketch with this. Look how much she can hold. I haven't reloaded yet. Still haven't reloaded. Look at that. She hits. She hits. I'm here for it. We can't dismiss synthetic brushes. So many folks will say, oh, they don't hold enough water. You have to reload all the time. Depends on how hard you press. Depends on how you use that brush. It's not the case all the time. You can sketch with her. Look at, I'm doing damp into damp here. I'm getting that nice diffused vibe with some of the detail I'm adding. Look at that. Fashion sketchy type marks, super loose, super gestural, all from this little teeny tiny bugger of a brush. She's awesome. Look at that. Ooh, keep those fingers loose, keep that wrist loose, and you will be shocked at what you can do with her. Yeah. Looking good. Look at how many colors does your pan set come with? It comes with 12, Katie. But the mixing capabilities of this set is insane. I did a video here on this channel where I just did I did like an 18 by 24 mixing chart. You won't believe the colors you can mix with this. Super fun. And then I recommend for beginners Academy watercolor paper, and never be sorry for your questions. I promise. Tubes for refills are not available, but if you reach out to hello@christyrice.com and you're running out of a particular color, we do have a limited availability of refill pans that you can pick up from christyrice.com. I know, right? Hello is right to that 000. Hello is right. I'm going in here with some pink into that dingy green. Going in with some of that fuchsia. Hello, hello. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, yeah. Now we're just having silly fun. Now we are having silly fun. I'm going to go in, sticking with that 000, and I'm doing some side like press and like it's like a little press and drag to the side. And I'm getting this really cool texture. You see how I'm doing that? Press, and it's kind of a stroke up almost with a little bit of pressure as I'm stroking up. And then we're going to go ahead and connect all of that just with some little stems, if you will. and it's going to become a nice filler. As you're adding those stems, make sure they're all converging at a point somewhere so they look more natural. You don't want your stems kind of all going straight down into nowhere. It's just going to look very awkward and unnatural. But if all of your stems are converging at a point, they will look more natural. Look at that. Nice. 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 I'm going to just end it there with a little bit of just abstract strokes there. Let's get back into that pink. Let's pop that pink in somewhere else, some here. Ooh, that is fun. Rinse, grab that green, and let's just make a hint of some stems here. And we're going to get that pink in one more spot. Where? Be right here. Just a little touch of it. Rinse and get in there with those stems. I'm going to put that over top of that yellow petal. There we go. There we go. Mixing is unlimited. Thank you, Karen. I agree. I agree. The mixing, Paper, Pens, and Coffee says the mixing's off the hook. This is cold pressed watercolor paper. So Academy is the student grade. Bao Hong is the professional grade. I just recommend the Academy. I've used both, and I don't feel that the Bao Hong is worth the price increase. Yeah, this is Arches. This is Arches. Yes, yes, this is Arches. But I do recommend Academy for everyday painting, for beginners, great for, you know, yeah, it's just an all-around fantastic paper. Let's get in with the filbert, a little bit of sheer of that sheer pink. So I'm going to blot it out on my brush. I'm going to go over top some of these sketched leaves and just do a sheer fill. Decidedly not staying in the lines of these sketched moments. I love the airiness that this kind of effect adds to a painting. I'm going to go do some more of that somewhere else for compositional balance. I'm going to do some, oh, hi. That was too much paint on the brush. I'm going to do some here. Some more sketching. I got more paint on the brush this time, so I'm getting a thicker, darker line, but it's okay. And then, because I'm impatient, I'm going to go right in with a drier brush and try to stroke in some of that pink without causing a lot of disruption of the color, because that's all still really wet. And that worked. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Whoo, Lordy. Ooh, Lordy. Let's go in. This is a little technique that I love to do for backgrounds where I want to fill an area, but it to be more diffused. I go in really light with just some strokes that are similar in color to some of the stuff happening in the foreground, but lighter. Get some of that dingy green, but more watered down. And then just let it diffuse out. Let it run out of your brush, or add more water, or both. I'm going to add more water and carry some of that down here. Just a great way to fill an area, have it be interesting, but not disruptive, right? I'm going to do some more of that down here. These strokes can have direction, like these are kind of curving in a similar way as these. Right. Remember, friends, I'm going to include that link, how to pick up those brushes, the ones that I'm using here, and look at that damp on damp technique. Look at that, how nice, lovely and diffused that is. Lovely. I'm going to include that link to the brushes as soon as this live is through. If you want to go ahead and pick it up, remember, they take a little extra time to be delivered right now. You're still going to get free shipping, but it's going to take a little bit longer to be delivered because we're dipping into our reserve stock because we sold through of all our 2-day availability prime stock essentially earlier today. So look at that. Let's get some of that over here just to fill in some of this white space to soften. Look at that. Lovely. All right, friends, this has been absolutely oh no, don't worry. if you are doing the discounted launch team purchases, we should be fine. We should be fine. You just won't get them in 2 days. So no worries. No worries. 5 p.m. CST and the brushes are sold out on Amazon. Please tell me how to buy these. Okay, let me go look. I got to go look, friends, and see what's going on. That shouldn't be happening, but I'm going to go look. But friends, it has been such a blast to paint with you and to chat up the brushes. But most importantly, I hope you come back, watch this on replay, paint with me. This was really fun. You could do all of this with a round brush. You could do all of this with the 1/4-inch dagger to a point. You might just need extra strokes here and there. But friends, this was so fun. I wish you so much happy painting. Thanks for painting with me. And until next time, yeah, just mwah, love you. Appreciate you so much. Take care.